The year 1462, Constantinople has fallen. The Ottoman Turks swept through Eastern Europe. Arose a Romanian knight known as Draculia. Oh, wait. What's this? Oh, sorry. I thought this was the script for Bram Stoker's Dracula, but oh no, this is actually War of the Last Night. And two nights, I got confused in that. That was my attempt to make a Anthony Hopkins impersonation. But anyway, hi, welcome to End Credit Reviews on an episode of After the Credits. It's just me, Tyler, this time, from End Credit Reviews, and this is my review on Transformers The Last Night. The movie Transformers The Last Night takes place after the events of the fourth movie, to where we see Optimus Prime get captured by a Decepticon or some kind of Transformer named Quintessa, played by Gima Chan, who takes over the mind of Optimus Prime to do her bidding because on Earth is where they want to absorb all the power, to restore all the power that would restore Cybertron. In addition to that, the key to that is all the way to mythology itself, to where it goes to the staff of Merlin and, the age of King Arthur and that. So it's very much a quest with Mark Wahlberg's character, Chad Yeager. We have Anthony Hopkins playing Sir Edmund Burton? Edmund Burton, okay. I had to read that for a little bit. In addition, they're also joined by a professor named Vivian, played by Laura Handock. There's also a new character that joins the group named Isabella, played by Isabella Mooner. I'm not so sure how you pronounce her name, but it's kind of ironic. She's playing a character also called Elizabeth or Elizabetta. Isabella, sorry. Again, not the best at names. But anyway, I would say about this movie is that during the beginning of it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a rough one. But throughout the course of the movie, I would have to say it got better. I mean, I don't think this is really a really good movie, but I will say that's better than some of the other previous Transformer movies of this decade. I do believe more effort was put into the plot, and I did like some of the plot twists throughout. I'm not going to spoil anything, but just take my word for it. In addition, we have some familiar faces from the first three movies come back into this franchise, such as Josh Duhamel as now Colonel William Lennox. We also have, I'm trying to remember the general character from the first one, played by Glenn Morshower or something like that. And also, I think I was kind of surprised to see John Turturro reprising his role as Agent Simmons, but he was kind of like, they could have wrote him off in some way or another, or do something else with him. But also, in addition, what's kind of weird is that he's in Cuba, and it said that, oh, Castro let them in their country for asylum and some other Transformers. I'm like, yes, it's kind of dated because Castro died months ago. But anyway, to the movie itself, I did like some of the newer Transformers that they had in this one. Again, I'm not going to try to give away too much, but the whole part where they're showing like new Decepticons kind of reminded me of Suicide Squad in a way. In addition to that, there's this one character named Day Trader, voiced by Steve Buscemi, which I was kind of surprised to see him in this movie, but he wasn't in the movie that much, and I felt like, oh, he's just here to show various Easter eggs. Speaking of, I think what's interesting is that the new voice actor for Megatron, originally he was called Galvatron, I think? Yeah, Galvatron. But I guess Megatron sounds better. And he's voiced this time by Frank Weller. And I think Frank Weller might have voiced Starscream in the first three movies. I'm not 100% sure, but he might have. And there is a nice Easter egg about Starscream in this movie. I won't give away what it is, but you'll see if you see this movie. I also like the character of Wheels comes back, voiced by Tom Kenny. He was in Revenge of the Fallen and Age of Extinction. I'm like, okay, I like that character. I was kind of wondering what happened to him, and I was pleasantly surprised to know that he was in this movie. Now, the stuff I really liked about this movie was some of the myths behind it, basically explaining stuff like, oh yeah, basically the staff of Merlin and the Knights of the Round Table. I felt like that stuff was interesting. And there are a lot of like funny moments and these like one-liners, especially by Anthony Hopkins, because that guy stole the show. He was my favorite character in the entire movie. He was such a riot. I would have to say that he's one of my favorite British actors. I know a lot of people would say Michael Caine this, Michael Caine that, but I would take Sir Anthony Hopkins any day over Michael Caine. No disrespect to Michael Caine. I felt like there were a few characters that could have been erased from the movie and the plot still would have been like it was. The action in this movie is kind of spaced out like some of the other movies, which I was kind of iffy about, but there were some good, funny one-liners from time to time. There was some really good action. I thought it was kind of cool seeing like Optimus Prime throw down with Bumblebee. And also there were some moments where, yeah, it does get very CGI heavy, but at the same time, it's very entertaining. I find it really hypocritical that people hate on these movies and complain like, oh, they're such nonsensical and dumb action films filled with explosions and breaking laws of physics, but yet they completely defend the hell out of the Fast and Furious franchise for some reason. So overall, I would say Transformers: The Last Knight was a movie I think is better than the previous two installments, but I still prefer the first two, so it's kinda in the middle. So with that said and done, I would give Transformers: The Last Knight about 2.5 stars out of 4. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of After the Credits. I hope to make more in the future and hopefully with more friends as well. Please like and subscribe.